think maybe it's a little bit too ambitious to try to get into right now, but for the meantime, what we're going to try to see is if he can improve their Inferno.
Yes, that's what we get.
Video I did today was on Fallen on Inferno to try to answer this question. It's just something, it's the map that comes up in all your most important vetoes. So we'll see what he can do to try to improve their T side of Inferno.
And it comes at the start of this series. This is the map choice of Team Liquid. They will take to the T side, and we've got NAVI on the defense. Now, NAVI's defense on Inferno, we're constantly watching it. Boomich normally over towards Banana, trying to throw themselves behind the sandbags, looking to hunker down, right? Boomich loves to take a good old risk on Banana. Never will you get that for free from him as a terrorist. So as this half goes on, curious to keep my eyes on him. But alas, a pistol with a lot of utility. 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs. Molly in the mix with Grim, who is currently holding bomb. But Simple goes ahead and throws a spanner in the works. A headshot from downtown, straight through middle. Fallen hits the ground. And now it's the 4 versus 5 with 3 CTs still stacked up at this B bomb site. They've got a nade of their own in the hands of Electronic. And now that he sees this presence, well, they won't hesitate. They're just going to try to gun right through, and bit boosted, easy headshot. Nothing but headshots for NAVI until finally Stewie gets some sort of an answer. But unless he's got a 1v5 in store for us, this is NAVI kicking off the CT side with a pistol round win.
Yeah, one of the reasons it's kind of dangerous to come in with that much utility is for the reason we just saw. You know, Fallen losing a duel to Simple peeking down mid, like in between timing. That's going to happen sometimes, and that can be like $1,000 and, you know, a really big part of your strategy out the window without any chance. And then they had 2 more sets of utility, but then we had the timed grenades on Banana, and this ongoing battle between Stewie Perfecto and the rest of the CTs. It ends with Stewie dying, no more kills. But then these late grenades that came through as they came to the top of Banana, plus the 3-player stack that they ran into, 1 boosted and CT spawn, no one dying on the hold. I mean, what can you say? It was pretty much a perfect pistol round from NAVI.
Yeah, Bits easy headshot. Player jumps through the smoke. He snaps that one. Perfecto, because of those players close on smoke, had nothing but a shooting gallery ahead of him. So an easy pickup for NAVI to kick off Inferno. We get that 3 SMG sit up. Single flash on Stu. No upgraded pistols. Team Liquid very much holding on to their money for the next one.
We did see back on MIBR, Fallen was opping on the T sides of Inferno, even with KNG on the squad. So that might tell you that potential for him to pick it up. Maybe they'll just wait to see if they win around and he can get one dropped. Boomich 1 for 1. Oh, recovery grenade.
Double.
Perfecto from the back.
You take those.
Some good compensation. And will they continue with the punish?
That 1 flashbang ended up working out, at least able to overwhelm Boomich, but the frag grenade really just clawed everything right back. So any chance they had, denied by Perfecto, who's off to the 6-0 start, 2 rounds deep. Shrapnel really hit that second guy.
One thing that makes the map scary, so NAVI play this map at a top tier level without playing it in a very optimized way. So they don't push a lot, they don't always get the information you need, but they play with the right amount of aggression sometimes, and they just have so much firepower that they can get away with it. They're also very, very quick to rotate and gamble a lot, so it can be kind of complicated to say what's a correct call to play versus them, and it makes your T side very scary when you know that they're always willing to just move and rotate back and forth, staying incredibly fluid. And there's also Boomich, you know, he can be totally hot or cold. Sometimes he'll put up huge numbers holding B and take lots of risk, and sometimes, you know, that'll fall flat and they'll lose the game because of it. So it's really a unique style of Inferno. It doesn't always work, but it's really on NAVI to show us which kind they're going to bring today.
Apartment's given over early. Liege sees nothing, leaves it to NAF. Fallen's got the molly for short side, but nobody's playing forward here from NAVI. It's just Simple peeking the side of Arch, leaving his other 2 A defenders to sit back closer towards the balk. Simple eats a flash, falls off slightly, but of course still sticks around and may very well go into a bit of a peek here. Stewie, he's got his back turned, and Liege, well, he's the casualty, but Stewie quick trade frag. Nobody on Arch does pull Bit back. He's drawn over with that ump. And now Team Liquid look to sink their teeth into short side. Good AK challenge here for NAV. Definitely favored in the duel, but Bit does a good job of closing that distance and getting up close and personal. Stewie's going to get his second kill, and A-Site has fallen in the first gun round of Liquid.
Not bad. Good couple of entries. They get in. Stewie plant the bomb. Or sorry, Fallen will plant the bomb. So he's always got the bomb on his back. I'm going to have to get used to seeing him in that Liquid jersey. That's a little bit of a strange sight, but yeah, super clean stuff. They had the keys once they got that arch trade as well. They could have wrapped around to site that way, and it's a situation where the B players weren't pushed, so they weren't making any hasty rotations. Comes down to the site hold, and Simple only gets a single kill. So that's nice. They can upgrade one gun. They'll probably keep on with these 2 Galils. I don't think are there any guns they can upgrade to? Surely there's an M4.
No, there was just umps and a FAMAS.
Oh, okay.
I think most of the SMGs were over on A.
Right, it's a total bonus round here. Let's see where it takes us now. Into round number 4. Liquid, they're going to be happy they won that, but there's still 2 saves, and they know now NAVI are going to continue to buy. Very low incentive to go for the retake. Somehow Fallen gets that kill in the pit. Looks like the bicycle, maybe the bicycle he was spamming at.
All right. I was thinking to myself, how does Electronic fall so easily? A great player inside of pit normally takes one with him. Not in that round, but now the M4s are indeed out. Simple on the A1S.
Yeah, don't copy Simple.
Don't try it, kids. Listen, there was a phase in like the last bit of 2020 where he was taking the silencer off the USP just for shits and giggles. He better not do it with the rifle. That's a little bit much.
I don't know. Ooh, did Sui get spotted? Yeah, he did. They threw the shallow grenade there to try to punish him. He didn't realize it either. All right, see how the approach is on Banana.
Double molly first. Boomich, who can sometimes stick around, decides to fall back ever so slightly. Stewie looking to lead the charge here, down to half health already.
Yeah, little bit messy. I guess they get the information that they want, but yeah, you know what? It didn't cost them that much utility. It looked like it did, which is kind of the perfect mix, right? So we'll see what the CTs think of this. I felt the execution was coming through. Now they're thinking about a fake. See how they don't have any information? This is just how Navi play. But for the T side, they're scared. They're racking their brain. Like, are we running into a stack or not?
Yeah. Flashback to the pistol round. Simple's going to get all the closer towards the CT spawn, and Boomich, perfect. Gets his kill versus Grim. Stewie dealt with the man in the back of the bomb site, so it's Simple who could stop something if he decides to take a chance, and despite his dink into Naf, Naf fires back to get that man advantage. 35 health between Naf and Elige combined. Puts a bit of pressure on Fallen here in the post plant because Navi, they're knocking on the front door. As that smoke grenade's still up on CT cross, they both get closer towards construction. Electronic with eyes behind, but there is no flank in place. Bit contemplates his options and looks to walk away. This seems like Liquid are going to tie up at 2.
Couldn't even confirm that damage on Nafly, even though it seemed like he felt like it was there. Oh no, the save get punished by Fallen, and that's majority alive for Liquid. 2 rounds, 1 in a row, and a real rifle round 1 versus Navi. So, a point for Pride, just a round win in general. Something good for the economy. Very important round to win. This is a hold that didn't go so hot. 2 for 2 on the trades. It was like just kind of marginally good, but then here's the swing kill, right? Simple stays there. If he wins his duel versus Nafly, then the bomb planter's in danger. It's the man disadvantage suddenly. And look at this. We've got Navi now having to save. CZ in hand of Bits, the best gun that we've got available. Unless you like the 5.7. I mean, maybe the 5.7 is better,
I was going to let it slide, but I was like, oh my God.
I had to reread the
Wrong.
icon.
5.7.
I couldn't tell if that was a USP with no silencer on or something.
Listen, you're a Counter-Strike expert. What's your hot take? There's not much to talk about yet.
Takes too long to build a CZ.
Yeah, agreed. Still only has a $100 kill reward as well. I feel like Valve forgot they nerfed it, just haven't brought it back.
It's also a weird way to nerf a gun, because like you're always going to take the round win over the reward for getting a kill.
Evidence that they didn't know how to fix the problem.
Yeah, they definitely made it a Frankenstein weapon. It's got some cool skins though. Really like the CZ. Sag.
Poor Boomich over on the B site solo. Only with the USP. But very timid stance here from Liquid, not looking to make any early mistakes. It's the right thing to do. Play it properly.
You're always scared. You're always scared versus Navi. Like, you never know what they're doing. look, oh my god. Oh, okay, Nav. They were both kind of pre-aiming, so aiming slightly off. Yeah, Bit comes through with the trade, and this is a bit weird for Team Liquid because they know this guy could be in halls. Okay, yeah. Bit. You're up the bat. You've got an AK, and you're not too shy at the moment. Oh, he also gets another kill. That is a 4v3 situation in favor of Navi now.
Alige, he decided to go for the space creation as opposed to taking back the AK. He could have hunted down Bit. Instead, he positions himself in pit, and we have 3 kills for this counter-terrorist right here, still lurking, looming in the apartments, and weapons to be picked up by the other members of Navi. This is costly when it really shouldn't have been. Alige? He better lock down this round because these 2 CTs coming up from short side, they're the ones who are well equipped, and he throws the flash for the peek, blinds himself. Fallen just cowering back into the corner of the bomb site. Perfectly timed peek from Alige. Fallen wide swing. He's going to have to get this clutch. But Bit with an ace makes it costly. Doesn't take the round, but that's what you said. Versus Navi, you should always be scared.
Damn. They left him unattended for just a second in the halls, and he really squeezed water from Stone. That was so nice from Bit. Every moment of that play, it's the refrag and then the continuation kill. So here's where he gets the gun initially. And this is a spot where I think at some point this third player that he kills was holding for him for a second, and Stewie, and then he went to turn to get the frag on Arch, and that's when he went out for the kill as well. Look, staying very close to all of his teammates, kind of using them as bait, considering he's got the better gun every single time. Always delivering the refrag. Very, very cool stuff. I wasn't too impressed with, Bit coming onto the team. It didn't really feel like he was given a lot of structure in terms of where he was playing on CT side. But of course, we see why he's picked up, right? It's kind of like the Honda thing. Like Honda yesterday got 3 aces in 3 maps and ended the series with 60 or so ADR. Not an extraordinary overall performance, but really huge highlights because, the lack of chemistry, but the abundance of talent.
Liquid very much coming out on top of this early damage exchange on Banana. That was Boomich naded to 14. Bit got wallbanged by an op. And then they fall back off of it, not wanting to offer over an early kill. So we'll see Team Liquid try to take this B site yet again. Stewie, the front runner. Utility starts to get committed. Boomich, low HP, still able to take one. Smoke in front of the site, and they don't actually get that trade frag. So now the damage that they had in their favor goes back the other way. And Navi, they're in a good position, but Grim will pick up his kill. A bomb plant comes through from Fallen. CT's close already towards Tree. Look at the health of half of Liquid, though. This is not a prime position for a post plant. Smoke goes out from Bit. They've got still 2 flashbangs on their backs. Electronic looking for his first kill of the first map. Rounds the corner, straight into the scope of Fallen. Bit can't get that second kill, despite the clean first trade. And Simple, this op far too valuable to take such a mighty risk. He will leave with it. And we've got Liquid now leading 4 rounds to 2.
Yeah, they do surmise the entries. It costs them some HP, but that's kind of it. And it looks like they're trying to hunt down Simple. And I think they're not going to be very quiet about it. They really do want to put the pressure on him to get this op down. You'd be hard-pressed to believe he's just going to miss a, dry op or dry rifle peek like that. But here it is. Let's relive those entries. Grim coming in, trading out Boomich as well inside of the ruins. This is really, really well done. And nice. We get an op shot in from Fallen on the T side just to confirm he will be opping in a side of a map that not everybody opts on these days. So good stuff. They're going to be happy about that one.
So far, so good, but there is still that op to deal with. Simple. Will he be unleashed?
That's the other thing, like, we have some roster moves like, Alex not opping, or opping on Cloud9 over Woxic, but, he's not an opper that we know of as somebody who is, like, top tier versus all, like, is he going to out-op Ziwu, for example, like his former teammate, or some of the other top oppers in the world. But with Fallen, he has the capability to be a, top 1 opper in the world, on his best day. So that's probably something that feeds into the decision of picking up a player like him as well. It's like potential. It's like, if we give him the right environment, do we get that potential? And I can kind of see what Liquid see in that regard.
Yeah, I feel like most of the top oppers have at one point or another given credit to Fallen as being an op to learn from. Just a player in general to learn from. A seasoned vet with a trophy cabinet to go with it. But we get Team Liquid back into this creeping crawl, trying to avoid the landmine that is Simple's solo op. Currently sits close towards this CT spawn. Stewie's going to make contact with it, but he throws down the smoke, so it would have to be good timing, and there was suddenly just a chance. Imagine that collateral. Instead, they're going to round into the bomb site, and early CZ damage. Good stuff here from Bit, but of course, the rifles prevail. And then all of a sudden, Simple's op seems far too valuable again. If you saved it last round, save it a second time. Grandfather it forward as Team Liquid. Early T-side success. We're looking at a 5-2 lead, 7 rounds deep.
Yeah, really nice stuff. I mean, it's super simple, you know, Inferno. They're not dying early. They're taking some damage on Banana, but the refrags in the site have been pretty good so far. Like, it's not been like they're overrunning the site at all times, but they're at least going 2 for 2 and then having a successful post plant or getting Navi to just save without even trying, sometimes getting the kills after the fact. They're doing a good job of leaving Simple as last alive on a few of these rounds, meaning they're just avoiding where he is. And yeah, they've got some versatility. They're hitting A sometimes, B sometimes. They're not just doing the same thing every single round. So far, pretty simple stuff. And yeah, to be honest, I think, like, you know, Navi style, their CT side of Inferno, I think it should be punished. I think sometimes it doesn't always get punished because of the talent they have, but I think it's on them to try to adapt to what we're seeing, which is just clean, you know, fundamentally sound Counter-Strike by Team Liquid.
And the first pause called by Navi. So time to talk things out. What are they discussing at the moment?
We got Beth Harmon looking at the chessboard on the ceiling, trying to work out the next pattern. I think, oh, we're about to get his longest yeah boy ever. Perfecto. Deep breath.
Boomich, turn some lights on.
Yeah, let's get the LAN environment going.
Do you think you think Bit repainted his walls the Navi yellow after he got picked up, or was that a before he got hired?
That's why he got picked up, of course.
Okay,
so.
It was in the contract.
Yeah. He did his interview like, whoa.
I don't know what it is. Something about you, kid.
I think you've got what it takes.
We're back into the gun round. So Navi, did the math.
I think Navi are talking about Banana.
Okay.
They've got to be talking about Banana.
Sure.
This can sometimes be a conversation just between Boomich and Perfecto. Like, what are we going to do? They just don't want this to be a liability.
And that's where they threw Simple.
Okay. Oh, is he there?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Sitting on Banana. Op in hand. Yesterday, Anders and Semler coined a new term. The frag grenades down Banana. Anders asked, why don't we call this the banana bomb?
What about the banana flambe?
Yeah, that's like Molotovs.
Molotovs, okay.
You know, the heat.
Oh, like banana bombs are actually a thing. Okay, they're gonna get this kill. That's a nice shot on the Stewie. They punish finally. So finally, we get a late attempt from Liquid after they come up after some early grenades.
Yep.
And Navi are finally still waiting there to try to get the kill. But look at this.
Good answer. Yeah. Gets his kill on top of the player, or rather to the player on top of Perfecto. And then it's traded back. So good job by Navi. Both the setup towards Banana to get a 5 versus 4, and then the setup on short A to maintain it as we watch Liquid try to go into the response. Now, it's about dealing what's normally in position. Boomich back behind the sandbags. He didn't get tagged up this time. He has been consistently hit by frags and Molotovs, and now he can play it like he likes to. Oh, Fallen creeping into this, though. He seems to have him. And so suddenly we are right back to the 3v3, but there's not enough time to redirect here. 20 seconds. And Simple, smoke and face, has to let them cross over. So a bomb plant and a retake attempt perhaps from Navi. They've got the utility on Electronic, and Simple's position has got him information and a kill. There is still that moment, though, that has allowed for Grim to cross back into the dark, and Naf, he's going to get that quick headshot. So it's on Naf and Grim versus Perfecto and Electronic. Time ticking quick, bomb halfway gone, and the utility starts to sail over. Naf's going to swap into the AWP. Shoots back and holds off. CT's kind of taking their time. It's really going to come down to the wire.
Got a stick.
They have to. No other option.
They can.
Naf, he's going to try to challenge, but the smoke's in his face. This was so calculated by Navi. Playing it down to the wire. They get their retake. 5 rounds to 3.
The late smoke, I guess, is just enough. Just completely blurs their vision. There's no way to actually challenge. Here's the opening kill. We'll relive that on Stewie. And I don't blame Liquid for coming up a little bit dry to the top of Banana after a few rounds where they've gotten away with it. Because every time you don't throw a grenade, that's map control without getting telegraphed. That's one rotation that doesn't come in. So I respect it. It's Navi who just constantly is leaving that open over and over again. So now I don't think they'll make that mistake again, and we'll take this game to the next level finally.
I think Grim dying in dark corner is actually what cost them that post plan. I mean, Naf's reposition came back to bite them as well with that smoke grenade in his face and the 2 CTs able to cover. But, you know, when we're talking milliseconds on that defuse, Grim could have very well been the anchor. Instead, goes for the challenge. Electronic scared him out of the corner with a few shots to the wall. Got the duel he wanted and the round Navi needed.
Molotov designed to push Simple back. Any Opper that wants to sit around the porch. It's a bit shallow. And there's a smoke down on lane as well. So they throw a follow-up one just to make sure that no one can press up. They immediately jock for top bracket control. The CTs are not here to re-aggress, even though that should be something that's on their mind. Again, just tons of control here for the terrorists. And Elige, he'll start to clear out angles, look for Electronic maybe on the bike. Players on site, anyone in graveyard to make a mistake, and he's getting really close.
Yeah, he's climbing the monkey bars. Simple trying to keep this angle into apps. He sees the elbow. Nafly arguably lucky to be alive. Electronic gets the better of Fallen. Elige finds Simple, and Electronic now resides inside the smoke, but Elige blasts him away, and Grim simultaneously killing off the rotate in the form of Bit. Big moves by Elige, getting Simple off of the bomb site. If Simple gets that kill onto Naf, then maybe things look different, but sure enough, Electronic can't do more.
Honestly, what just happened here, right? Like, they got that Electronic kill. Who even just came through the smoke? Oh, I see. He was very, very exposed.
Found him crawling. That's one of those moments where you think it's like...
I thought he was totally covered, yeah, so...
I thought to myself, I'm like, damn, Elige, homing missiles in that AK, but no. The only thing that was in that smoke was Electronic's head.
Yeah. I'd really like to see a situation here where there's like more kills and maybe on the brackets supposed to like all on the site like this, because just a consistent thing that's happened. But yeah, as soon as things don't work out too well over on B, they take it back to A site. They've still got that in their back pocket, and Navi need to find an answer for that side of the map as well. I think on the bright side, they're usually keeping their Opera in the right location. Like Simple had the right read in the last round. This round now, that's something that's changed a bit. But they've got to refrag better. I mean, what more can you say?
Economy yet again on the line here. If Team Liquid can win a 7th round right here, right now, they are looking at a dominant first half. Molly's exchanged yet once more. Stewie to the front, and there's the peek. Boomich, double kill.
There we go.
Big pickup. Off of the flash from Perfecto, Boomich connects the dots.
Maybe the first time they've tried the late re-aggression. And now they have the rights to Turtle if they want to. What'll happen in the 3-on-5? It's not out of the realm of possibility. We had, what, one trade on the last site hold on A and late rotation, so I wouldn't put it past Liquid to be able to pull this out, even though it's kind of unlikely. There's still only 3 CTs here.
Elige tries to fluster the player inside of the pit and then uses his own smoke grenade to try and challenge sight. As Naf gets Simple, this is a big pickup. Oh, Electronic dying to Elige as he just flies down into the sight Bit. Now the pressure's on him, and Fallen takes it. We have gone from the 3v5 back to the 2v2. Stewie may have died early on, but Simple also falls without a kill to his name. Electronic tries to move into Little Pit, knowing Electronic is up in the apartments. Or rather, Elige. Who then just swoops right down in onto him. So, all right. Bit of a weird situation. This A site falls again without very successful trades, if not any kills at all. And now Naf, he's blinded, but doesn't matter. Fallen, he's performing excellently. And this crossfire closes what was a 3v5 on the A site.
Oh, they didn't clear Naf out properly. They had the flash thrown. He was full blind. They jumped up on the scooter. specifically to get some information probably there, and here's a leash to jump out and get the kills on site. It's kind of dysfunctional with Navi right now. Here's a situation, it's 5v3, 3 players on site, and you can like telegraph that they could potentially lose based on how bad their A site holds have been. Even though I said it, I didn't really believe it. I thought they'd at least, you know, get 1 or 2 trades, but yeah, it's just as disappointing as I guess their darkest thoughts were telling them right after Boomich got those kills. That was supposed to be a free round. That's not something you can really explain, and you kind of are, you know, you've got your A players communicating with each other, coupling up and discussing what they want to do, and depending on how much information they get, it can affect the round over on the A site. But they're usually far enough away that the A site players and B site players are separate, right? They're kind of communicating with themselves. What kind of set do we want to do this round? How do we want to hold the site? But feels like we've got some ideas over on B, but not so many ideas over on A. Kind of the same stuff, and just lackluster holds over and over again. So, I mean, this round, it's just simple with an M4 and the rest on pistols. I'm looking for this next round to see some new, maybe innovations to try to stop the attack.
Damn, Team Liquid off to the races. Fallen currently the kill leader for Liquid as well, 9 and 6. And he's been in some pressured spots, too. That 2v2 in the depths of the bomb site last round, when he was coming around short corner as well, Bit kind of had his number, but Fallen just slowly creeps into it, doesn't jump the gun, hits the one shot he has to get that bomb down and succeed in the post plant. Fallen now throwing out his smoke utility, sailing into the A site, where we do still have majority numbers. This is Simple and Bit going for a boost outside of library. So Simple's M4 on top, and the Deagle just beneath it. But just because they throw the early utility doesn't mean they commit. 40 seconds left of the clock, and we see Liquid starting to sniff out Banana. We'll see if this draws out a rotation or creates an opening. Again, just that one M4 on the field for Navi. Smoke perfectly timed. At the 30-second mark, that forces Liquid back to the A site, which is exactly what Navi need. This is Simple's round to go big. Or the 2 pistol players inside of the site create some kind of a wrench in the works. Simple, he is going to get that first kill. Naf easily trades. Electronic now pops up, but the CZ betrays him, and Naf with the drive-by Tech 9, 10 seconds. And that bomb's gone down. Still the 3v3, but Fallen's kill on Simple, that's the big one.
And now a very, very unlikely situation as the CTs will begin to fall back already. They've recovered the M4 that they can take into the next round, but it's another round 1 from Liquid. And hey, we're looking at well-directed CS right now. You know, I could talk about Navi's problems, but it's the team that's exploiting those problems that also needs some love. Like, Liquid are moving well with the clock. They're being versatile when it comes to A and B site. They're picking different timings for their attack. These anti-ecos are even looking quite structured, and yeah, there's never been like kind of a very, very disappointing situation where they've just totally messed up. And Alish does die with the extra damage from Boomich, so that's a nice win. Small victory. But it's a jovial Team Liquid right now, which you do love to see. Stewie did say that the Fallen is one of the best teammates he's ever played with. He said he's not toxic, has never said anything negative really on the team, and I believe every last word. From every time I've met him to interviews that he's done, I've really never seen Fallen be like the kind of guy to add to a negative atmosphere.
Sure.
In real life or in game.
Always seems like things are going well, even during the lows. Good to know. Boomich falling back ever so slightly. It's Fallen to take a bit of chip damage. Boomich, he ignores the call of the Void, doesn't decide to peek around with what would have been 3 players looking back at him on Banana. I feel like normally we see Navi playing more for that Banana control. We've had one round where Perfecto flashed Boomich around the corner and got the fight they needed, got that early establishment of the 5v3. Putting Simple in position to get an opening kill as well has worked for Navi. We'll see if they have alternative solutions, but They did rotate a man over to the B bomb site. They went and re-peeked into Banana. They saw nothing, and that's actually the ruse that Liquid are looking to play off of, because it's now at this point that Team Liquid come back to Banana. And of course, NAVI, having had 3 players here, have gone more into the default crossfire between CT spawn and oranges. And sure enough, Liquid about to knock on this B bomb site. The commitment with the utility, smokes and Molotovs aplenty. See if Boomich can maybe catch them with their backs turned. Perfecto still just looking downwards. Boomich, sure enough, good for 1. Perfecto. He doesn't get the chance to fall back into the bomb site, and therefore Liquid have yet another post plant. 3v3.
Yeah, not another post plant alone. They've got the op as well, and Simple's op is not quite as important as Fallen's right now. So he's sitting on Emo. They've got everybody in the perfect positions, plus bottom banana control. This is a very, very losing position here for NAVI, and they've already been pretty disappointing in the retakes. Let's see if they can kind of show us a different face.
They've got that one flash if they want to commit to it. Simple throws it forward. Sure enough, 2 CTs rounding it. And Fallen, he fires the op, so they know that's back in the corner, but a nice flash by NAV. Grim perfectly peeks into it. Simple will take one down, but that's all they get. A parting gift for NAVI as Team Liquid with triple the round count now. 9 rounds to 3. Fallen dying to the bomb, but so be it. This is an excellent T-side from Liquid.
They're happy about it. They're looking very, very happy about this. So here's the 1-for-1 trades, both players going down. I like this. I like that top corner, like that Zipic spot on top of second oranges. I think he plays it the best. Perfecto only getting 1 for this one thing. And yeah, a pretty funny situation. But I mean, things are going well. Things are going very well. Yeah, it's ideal. I think overall, like, we've had a few rounds now where it's been both B players get a kill each, and then Liquid win the post plant.
Yep.
And then, like, yeah, NAVI never have high odds in the retake because they're always starting off so far away. Like, the execute always catches them off guard in some sense. I don't know. Yeah, they've just got to change that. Otherwise, you're just going to continue to be impressed by how easy these rounds look for Liquid. So far on Fallen Watch, 10-6 on the match so far, tied at top with Nafly. And I thought it was one thing that's interesting is seeing, you know, Nafly take over halls where that would normally be Twist. And I can't think of a better person to really just fill in for that spot than the next guy on his team, Nafly. It seems like a role that matches him perfectly. Always kind of on his own in the first place. And a very hard man to find, very hard man to kill.
Looking like,
what on earth? The 2 people? I don't even know what just happened there.
Quick little knife fight.
Yeah, a little Genji battle.
Boomich takes a bit of a gander, doesn't see too much, so he smokes it up, and Grim, more chip damage, this time from his enemies.
Okay.
Simple's gonna creep into this. Or is he?
Well, yeah, it might be a little late now. We'll see how patient Fallen will be. Domino's back as usual. Simple. Will he go at that extra inch is the question. Fallen runs away from the angle to go set up a grenade. And Boomich finds a kill on the archway, but it's immediately refragged.
Yeah, Stewie trades it. Shadow advantage for Simple. Good trades back and forth, Grim and Electronic. We do still have 2 CTs in sight. Naf trying to find a way out of the apartments. Doesn't know where he is or where he's going. Recommits to it. Walks out around the balcony, and sure enough, he has a bit of an angle, but he drops down, and that should have been an audio cue called. He still gets the headshot. Stewie clears Electronic. Another 2v3, perhaps. Perfecto, so close, but Liquid take 10.
Okay, nice chemistry in the 2v3. Well done on the entries, and yeah, their entries have been really sick. Another couple of good refrags to look back on here. Stewie with the 1 in the archway. Stewie from the sight box, Nafly to the back of the site, and of course this 1v1 out in the open versus Perfecto. Comes down to the last bullet. Really? Moses is happy. His hair's growing back already.
It's like one of those Play-Doh trolls.
Chia pet.
Frag grenades and Molotovs thrown to the top of Banana. Nobody there to receive them. Boomich has had enough chip damage in this half. He lets it slide. Very quickly, skating through Banana control is Stewie. They got what they need. 10-3 half already. and still room for more improvement. We've got 2 CTs posted up in the apartments. Elige looking for the second, gets the headshot, sure enough. And he could just go for space creation, pushing out the Valk, but instead he doubles back, and that's gonna cost him. Simple ready on the boiler. This leaves Liquid closer towards the B site, which could play out perfectly for NAVI. Perfecto eats the flash, falls back, and Boomich gets chipped slightly through that smoke. So now off of the boost. Oh, he gets the kill to Fallen.
They find that timing, no re-aggression. With the bomb planted, 2v3, they've got the op. Oh, he'll look for the flick. Boomich gets the trade, and then Boomich gets another one. 1-on-2 spot. Grim, can he pull this off? Clean headshot, looking for the second. He'll peek out and grab it. That's Boomich down, 11-3 up for Liquid.
Grim, his 10th kill of the game, gives Liquid their 11th. And there's only 1 round left in this half for NAVI to try and scramble anything to talk about. They win 2 rounds to start the half, and then 1 in the remaining 13 thus far. This is nuts. I don't know how you could have, and like, if this was meant to be a close game, Launders. Sorry, but there's a moth flying around here.
I think it's a butterfly.
Dude, it almost landed on my face. I'm sweating bullets.
Can't be any scarier than Liquid Art of NAVI right now. What were you gonna say?
I can't remember.
Can't remember. Okay, that's all good.
Sorry, frazzled over here, man. If it's got more than 2 legs, it's not my thing.
Say this is real sports.
Yeah, right. Little boost over the half wall from Stewie, clearing out Banana. Nothing being offered. NAVI looks scared.
Yeah, I mean, this is just how they play. Not a big fan of it, to be honest, but sometimes it works.
Stewie's gonna chase him down, and the MP9 prevails. Grim over the boxes, dies to the Deagle of Perfecto. This is low HP for the 2B players. Elige, wild spray, and lots of damage coming back the other direction, but it's a 3v3 turn 3v2. Naf, he makes the difference. Team Liquid are tearing them apart. Simple doesn't even get a damn chance in yet another retake attempt. We've seen them walk away, but Electronic instead, he has to walk right into the fire. 3 players ahead of him. He doesn't have a kit currently on him. He's hoping the frag could finish someone off, and that's an excellent way to try and kick off a 1v3. Swapping to the AK as time is beyond the halfway point, and nobody's even gonna challenge him. It is Team Liquid with a commanding 12-3 half.
I faced them a lot of times. They always crushed me.
I'm gonna actually go with Astralis one. Sorry, NFP, but...
USPS. I tried P2000, it's bad.
P2000, superior pistol.
USPS for the precision. P2000 if I could have armor all the time. That's why I don't use USPS, because it's a silent killer.
USPS, because I feel like it's more accurate and it's quiet.
I'm gonna say USPS right now, because it's just statistically better than the P2K. Having the bullets isn't worth it. You have a silencer, you have better standing accuracy, better crouching accuracy. USPS is better hands down.
USPS today. Honestly, because he got a silencer, so it's sneaky.
Well, I didn't play against NIP back then, and we played against 2018 Astralis, and obviously, like, the level of play gets, like, better and better. So I'm gonna pick Astralis just because, like, I feel like what they did at, like, the peak of, like, CS, where, like, all of the top tier teams are out there, I think I'm gonna say 2018 Astralis. They were just so godlike.
87-0 NIP, because they're the OGs. They know that they did it and they were stronger.
2018 Astralis. I think that is more remarkable. I faced them a lot of times. They always crushed me. This is how I repay and I credit them now.
2018 Astralis.
2018 Astralis, because it was just perfect CS, as they say.
2018 Astralis for sure.
I definitely take the Astralis one.
I'm gonna actually go with Astralis one. Sorry, NFP, but...
GW or Kenyes? I will go for my ultimate Kenyes.
I would say JW. He's more like a more of the dirty player. He can play everything. He's more of the aggressive player. He can take an AK. He can take whatever he wants to, and he's a really really good player.
Yeah, if we're gonna do peak Kenny S versus peak JW, I think peak Kenny S just wins hands down. Like, he was just such a monster when he was like playing at his very best, where you just couldn't even get close to him, and he's just like re-peaking you and just owning you. So Kenny S for sure.
JW, depending on the map pick, because I feel like he can be a nuisance with an AK.
Kenny S.
It's a tough one. I'll say Kenny because he'll probably be watching this, so I have to.
Well, that's a hell of a debut for Team Liquid's new 5-man roster, a demanding 12-3 lead after the first half of Inferno. It is their map pick, and Navi not throwing too much at them, Launders. Kind of sitting back and waiting to see what happened, but blink and you miss it. We are now 15 rounds deep.
Yeah, I think we just got like kind of one of the worst versions we see of Navi versus a really, really impressive start for Liquid. So this will be interesting, and what I'm going to be following here on CT side is mainly where, if NAFI is going to be taking over Twist's positions when we move on to the rifle round like we saw on the T side, or where Fallen's going to be playing. A lot of questions here that we'll have answered with this new 5th on Liquid. In the past, it's been Stewie and Grim over on the B side as well, so we'll see if that's changed at all. At the moment, Grim's over in Graveyard, but it is just a pistol round, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Already Navi being given a bit of space here towards arches.
I've always felt like Grim would be like such like a pit anchor. I feel like he'd be such a good pit anchor. But also, I mean, he's also been very, very good on B.
You are right. You know, new positions from NAFI could mean we get a bit of a change up from Liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Jostle around the pieces and see what you make of it.
And Moses said it himself. He's not going to play with anybody who's not willing to learn more spots. Okay, Perfecto wins a duel in Halls. This is telling for Navi and Liquid. They'll rotate now to turtle up in the site, but it's only with 2.
And Grim, he gets gushed immediately. 14 health, all he has. Naf, 1 frag. And maybe Grim can take someone with him, but not meant to be. 4Ts take over the A site. Alish very much serving as a trigger to that execution from Navi. The moment they find him in the apartments, he was getting aggressive with the CZ.
Mm-hmm.
Died, and then they sprinted into it.
Yeah.
Electronic's just gonna sit and wait.
I mean, it's impenetrable, right? It's such a strong position, and like in this situation, Electronic wants to let you know that he's there, because then he's not gonna peek you again. And then, but in your when you're holding as your Grim, you don't want to let anyone know you're there until you're ready to fire off, because you cannot leave. So the approach versus Grim was absolutely perfect. Whoever was in Hall saw him, dueled him a little bit, didn't peek him after that, and then every time Grim peeked up for a kill, no one was there, and he let everybody come up lane to approach, and Grim was also substituting for the pit player. There's no one else to take attention away from him. So they dealt with everything perfectly and created and knocked him down like a stack of dominoes, starting with Alish in the Halls.
We get the buyback from Liquid. I mean, they've definitely got the wiggle room. They've earned a chance to throw caution to the wind. Coming with the ump and the scout. Double deagles between Alish and Grim. Triple Mac 10s. Tons of grenades. Navi, their margin of error is so slim.
It is, and, you know, from what we knew from the last quarter of last year, Liquid CT sides, totally fine. It was mostly their T sides that were questionable. And even with pistols, it's going to be scary.
Oh, hell of a way to kick it off. Bit gets blasted by Alish. Boomich is not going to waste any time, though. Throws that smoke, charges forward. Nap boosted. Gets 2 kills. He hits the headshot on Perfecto as he jumps over. And sure enough, Stewie, insult to injury. This force buy could pan out with 5 guys alive, unless Simple can take them back. But he's already on half health, and he hasn't seen anyone to shoot at. Doesn't even have the bomb.
I picked Navi to win the whole tournament, but I won't lie. I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable about it.
A bit nervous, huh?
Tiny bit uncomfortable. There's still, you know, potentially 2 maps left in the series. And Astralis and Vitality, but like, yeah, they're looking a little bit too shaky.
This morning, Anders, he reached out to me. He knocked on my door out of nowhere. He took me by the hand. He said, "Connor, come with me." And he predicted Liquid. Told me to do the same. Didn't explain himself. Didn't say why. He just says, "I know."
Okay, so what was the come with me part?
He took me on an adventure kind of deal.
Okay. Did you go somewhere?
We can't talk about it.
Okay. Did you go outside?
Well, all I know is we both picked Liquid.
Okay. So it worked.
Yeah, and Semler already knew too, so... You know,
Spike your water with ayahuasca or something?
Yeah.
Classic Anders.
You know, it's Moses himself who warned me, actually. He said, "Don't trust Anders all the time. Take it from me." But it seems like he may be onto something at least today, because...
No, it was probably Moses who told him, pick Liquid.
Hot damn. Hit me with the zoom and the baboom. That deep dig from Elige to kick off round 17 and
his
give
head
Liquid
just went boom.
all of the momentum right back, Launders. They stole the 2 Mac 10s. They're still going to play that Scout. And Navi, well, they're putting a lot of stock on Simple, the solo AK.
Yeah. Have a little sip of water. We're into the round. We'll see what happens. That's a tilting one. I think mentally, you know, I mean, Navi have not always appeared to be the most mentally resilient in situations like this. Doesn't mean they can't win, but you know, most teams are gonna be a bit shaky. Buying decisions are not gonna be great. Might force up into the end of the game and just think about the next map. But they also have a chance to just like win this still. Of course, the charm of the T side is a little bit cheaper, and even though it's not so fun to peek into all of the CT angles, at least if you get the 2 kills on the 1 AK, sometimes that's it. You win the round right there. And we'll see. You know, you get the free Mac 10s, but at the same time, that's the Achilles heel for Team Liquid, the weaker parts of the hold here. And at the moment, we've got 2 SMGs sitting inside the B site. No rotation here from the CT side just yet. Boomich does his job though, and has fallen part ways with a Molotov.
Simple gets tagged out by that first scout shot. Fallen's form has been on point, and it just primes Elige to topple over that first piece. Now Elige walks out 3 Ts and Electronic through the smoke. That is a big pickup. It all falls on Grim. He has 4 Ts all around him, but he's just going to go ahead and play this silently. They're coming in onto him. Bit, sure enough, jumping Tech 9 kill, and the A site falls. Despite Fallen and Elige combining for that first kill, it all goes awry.
Okay, I'm actually excited now because Grim is playing Pit. It seems like he might be playing Pit. This is, for anybody who might not be aware, he was playing in B before. I think Stewie was the weaker B player, personally, based on what we've seen. Grim was great on it, but Grim's just been consistent everywhere. But I like the idea of Grim playing Pit on CT side. So we'll see when we get good guns what's going to happen, but that's an interesting adjustment. Now I think we see, what was it, NAFLI? The NAFLI over on the B site this time with Stewie. And in the past, it makes sense because NAFLI would come over with an op sometimes, or Stewie would op. But I guess that was mostly Elige actually would rotate over.
Ooh, that second kill on Fallen, a bit of a cheesy one. And easy pickup by Bit, just joining his teammate. The problem here for Navi is even if we get these back and forth affairs between the force buys, Team Liquid are already so close to the finish line. So Navi can't even afford these back and forths.
Yeah.
But Team Liquid can't afford very much of anything in this one. So Naf's saved weaponry, coupled with a Deagle and 2 P250s, tidbits of utility from Stewie. Let's see if Navi hit another speed bump or if they start to get this game back on track.
Oh no. Not the ability to pull out a smoke, but Stewie goes down, no kill. Boomich gets across, into the coffins, and they can go ahead and plant the bomb. 3 CTs barreling down mid. Can they get the kill? Electronic sitting here waiting, and his spray gets adjusted, but he'll end up dying eventually. AK
Flash.
looked like it was kind of in a safe spot, but that flashbang, as you mentioned, allows NAFLI to get his hands on it.
Ooh, and that kind of magnetizes everybody from Navi back down Banana. It's only Elige and Boomich on the bomb site.
They might be able to punish exits really well here. This might be a free one for Elige, in fact.
Yeah, there's no way Boomich gets down without making sound. So if Elige just waits it out, he's got him. Oh, but a quick little flick from Boomich. And that's that.
Captain Boomich stayed up there for as long as he needed to.
Yep. 4 survivors for Navi.
What's the part of the ship that's like you stand up at the top? I don't know if you know this, but
the crow's nest.
Okay, you do know this.
Yeah.
I knew you would know it. It's where you can just see everything.
You mean like the centerpiece?
It's where you'd pull out
the one guy has the telescope. He's always napping up there.
Right.
Land ho. Yeah. Sorry, now I'm role playing. You got me all excited.
Dude, you should totally RP on Twitch, dude. Yeah. I think that's what you should do.
Crow's nest.
Not as much room for it in CS, of course. Maybe Sea of Thieves or something. Okay, 13-6. And Liquid, they've got the op on Fallen, they've got the nades they need, they've got M4s and AKs on everyone else. So let's see, full strength rifle rounds. What will happen?
Ooh, nice nade. Special delivery. And then a smoke grenade and a Molotov. But utility goes both directions, and Simple tries to get a spray kill, doesn't find anything for it. Another round, this is kind of what we had in the first half, where Team Liquid were getting the better of the early damage. Constantly on Banana.
And they got top banana control, and
that's big.
It's a critical kill, as well as Fallen's op shot from the side of the smoke. They know bracket control has been attempted to be taken over. And meanwhile, Liquid still have eyes on Banana. Lots of information here.
What's even bigger for Liquid is those 2 kills come into players who still had full health. So the fruits of their labor yet to be picked between Boomich and Perfecto. See if they get finished off, or whether Navi can just smash through this short side of the A site. Elige, he's going to go for the flash as they were about to commit by the looks of it. Stewie, easy pickup into the spine of Simple. He rounds the corner at the bottom of mid, and now Boomich kind of panicking here, understandably. Elige is going to extend around the corners and misses his shot, but at least it's information gained, and the bomb is given a chance to run all the way towards B, where sure enough, Stewie lies in wait. A quick little redirection, and look at this. Team Liquid kind of scrambling off of the A site.
Wait, Boomich's sound cue of running up Speedway.
But no
But
time.
they can't plan. Okay.
All right. Well,
God, that was actually really cool.
I was so ready to get excited.
Yeah.
Sad. 13th round for 14th round for Team Liquid off the back of that one.
They just don't stop winning.
Damn, man, this is wild. An 8-round lead.
This is a big one. They, honestly, like, Liquid are about to end this game with just near perfect, like a perfect game almost. Like, everything is working out very well. They look well balanced. T-side look good. Entries look great. Op looks fine. Like, strong map from Nafly, especially.
Ooh, quick from Perfecto.
That was all grenade damage.
Utility.
Yeah.
The fire at their feet sends them frantically back into the frag on top of it. 2 kills immediately. We're at the minute 30 mark. Navi haven't seen anybody, and it's a 3v5 already.
They might have seen Stewie's haircut. That was just about it, around the sandbags. But
hit him with the fresh fade.
Yeah.
Molotov up into the apartments. That's going to push Bit into the smoke. And Elige finds a headshot. Things going from bad to worse for Navi. But Simple, maybe a saving grace towards A. If they can just get into the bomb site, that'd be everything. But Fallen has not missed many shots today. And he gets the better of Simple yet again. Team Liquid, 9 map points.
I'd love to see that kill matrix between Fallen and basically anyone else. These nades are no accident. Info from Stewie, good timings. The catch-all grenades at the top of Banana specifically, denying the fast come-up. They read Navi's attack beautifully. And that's an idea shut down, which really hurts, Really hurts if you're Boomich, whoever called it. Just be like, okay, that didn't work, whatever. But we don't have many opportunities to bring this game back. They're on their maybe final stand. They've got a mix of pistols, well, 1 AK on Perfecto, a scout on Simple. This honestly should be the end of the game based on what we've seen from Liquid so far. Pretty solid on anti-ecos, and even ecoed Navi once themselves. In the second half, no less.
Few flashbangs to throw out. as they try to sink into the A site, but again, the
great nade.
utility. That little stutter step from Na'Vi. Had they all just run inwards, that frag doesn't find the mark, but they stuck right to it. Elige finds the landing, and a smoke to follow suit. This is a wild situation. Justified map pick from Team Liquid, looking good. We do, of course, have Nuke up next, and Dust 2 if needed. But will this show end early on Inferno? Elige, she's going to get boosted up, sees 2 players over towards Arch. Simple's close. Oh my god!
Called out, and he didn't. He tried to bait there just because he thought like there's no reason for me to fall off, and Elige still calls him out.
Fallen looking for the perfect timing off of the flash, sees them, takes down Electronic. Oh, and he hits the flick to Boomich. A headshot for Grim, and a first map from Liquid in just ridiculous fashion. I mean, celebration justified, because this is the first map from these 5, and what a scalp to take.